Good afternoon. It's October 18th, 2022, and we had a range day. I'm going to try and go through this real quick because I got other things to get to. But yeah, just a range day. Broke out briefly beneath the overnight lows, but then we bounced back in. So early yesterday, we got this spike up and then this. Actually, it's like two measured legs of correction, even though it looks like three legs down. What I believe happened is just two pretty much measured moves. You can see that almost perfect. And then it bounced and made a new high. And so this came in at like 4:30, I think. So you probably weren't at your computer, but it's a failure. It's just kind of in no man's land. And then we're moving up and we go sideways, and I don't see anything I like in here, unfortunately. Just going sideways. Congestive. Maybe you actually take this short on like a double test. I'm not crazy about it, but it looks like there's a lot of room back to the EMA. Let's see, 450. Yeah, you might go for like 4 ticks right there. And that's second entry short, but I'm not sure I would take that. That's very congestive. You don't get anything in here. First entry, second entry, lower high. So this is a lower high and it confirms the trend channel. So if you feel like you know what you're doing and you know what's happening, maybe you take that, but you're going into support right there. But it does push lower. Nothing. Second entry, we get a lower high, but it's a doji. We get a second entry down here, but with all those dojis, I don't think you want to take that. And it turns out we're moving up. And that's a second entry, but it's a doji. Third entry, you get this higher low. Kind of looks like a second entry long. I marked that, but that's really like a fourth entry, so I don't think you can really take that. This kind of looks like a failure, so I marked that. But even that, I marked it red, but even this, I mean, I really should mark that green. It's not off the EMA. You're going into the lows. It's not even really a failure because this isn't a new high. It just kind of looks like it. But this is a pretty good move down. And then you get the second entry short, but it's congested, first of all. But then it also doesn't even trigger until 2 bars later. So by that time, you probably don't even want to take it. And then you get this failure. But I guess you did get a break right here and move to a new low. So I like this, but you're going into swing highs, and there's some resistance right there, and you got the midline, so that's aggressive. Then you get this first entry, failed second entry, triggers below this one, so you put your stop above this one, and that's a pretty good move, but it doesn't look like it's off the trend line, so I'm just not crazy about it. I mean, I like the context. I like where it sets up, but there's room to the low, so that's pretty good. I might have to mark that, but it's congestive, so I'm gonna keep it green, but it looks pretty good. You get a second entry, no good setup though. This channel doesn't really help you. I think it's a valid channel, but it doesn't really help you, unfortunately. Get this move down. Congestion. So here, I was thinking about marking this one. It's just the first entry, but if you drew your range like that, it kind of looks like a failed breakout. But me personally, I probably would have had my range drawn like that. So, and that being the case, you don't want to take that. Here, technically, this is a second entry short, but we just bounced off the overnight lows. You don't really know what's going to happen. I don't think that's a great move. But then you get this double test that's also a second entry short. I think that's the best opportunity of the day so far at this point of the morning. Then you get a first entry, failed second entry long. That's a pretty good setup, but we got this overshoot of this channel. It's getting risky. We're not clearly trending down below the overnight lows. Then we reverse. And I don't see anything I like in here. Maybe you take this one, but you can see, I mean, we're making higher lows and higher highs. This one right here is what I'm talking about. So, and it looks like a second entry short, but it's actually a third entry anyway. So, I don't know. This is a tough call. Maybe you take that. You're going into EMA. It looks like the EMA has been holding prices. So, yeah, I'm not crazy about that one. Come up here. You got a second entry long. I'm seeing that now. So, I might take that. I'll mark that blue. It kind of looks like one leg down, though. So, yeah, and you'd probably have this midline. We just came off the highs, so I'm going to mark it green. Then we come down here. First entry, second entry. I don't know if that I would take this one, but when it makes this high or low right here, I would take that. Because this one's going in the EMA. That's why I wouldn't take. I probably would be a little hesitant. But when we get this high or low, after this confirmation of the trend channel, I think you can take that. Probably have to have a heart attack right here, though, as it backs up and becomes more congestive than it already is. Get a second entry here, but you're in no man's land, and eventually that channel breaks. Come down here, and you get this failure, but it just doesn't set up above the EMA. I was waiting for that to close higher, and I was going to take that, but unfortunately, it just doesn't. And yeah, you don't want to take any of these shorts. It's too far from the EMA. And nothing here. And that forms this congestion, and I don't like any of this. I don't see anything in here. There's a second entry right here with room back to the EMA, but we're in a range. And you get this lower high, and all this is too far from the EMA. Test this overnight lows. Get a reversal here, it looks like, but actually the reversal happens right here, so you can't take that. And this is just choppy. It's just going on both sides. So you get this first entry, second entry, but it doesn't trigger right here. So, I mean, if you're feeling super aggressive, maybe you take it right here, but it's just not really a good setup. It's not. And then we bounce. And you do get a second entry long right here, but it's congested first of all. And second of all, it doesn't trigger, or it doesn't make a new low. And that's really all I saw. We come up here and it's choppy again, and just not a lot of good trades in the afternoon. I feel like yesterday was like that too. But anyway, there it is. Hope everyone had a good day. I'll be back tomorrow.